All right, hey all, birds in the bat here. So today I've got a video that I've been meaning to do for a while, but I've just not really known when to do it. It's a mail day video. In a sense, you could just always keep putting it off, and then finally, kind of do it whenever you want. I just decided now is a good time, even though I do have more stuff coming. So everything that I'm going to show you in this mail days is not exactly everything I've been buying. Nonetheless, it's a pretty cool mix of stuff. Modern, vintage. The span of years is, I think, from 1952 to 2018, so a little bit for everyone. So you'll notice also that the setup that I have today is different from the normal setup. That's because I don't really talk about my personal life much in this on this channel, but I'm actually in grad school right now. I'm working towards my PhD in archaeology, and for that reason, I switch locations between the town that I grew up in and the university. So school years back on, we're no longer doing it by distance because of COVID. So I am now there in person. So now I am at a new place. So without further ado, I'll get into things. First pickup here is a Donruss Optic Holo of Quentin Nelson. These are just really cheap cards. Quentin Nelson is a 3-time All-Pro at this point in his first 3 years in the NFL. I mean, he is rocketing towards Canton, so you can get these things really cheap, really clean copies. The plan is to grade it, maybe keep it, might look to sell it, we'll see. Don't really have that decided yet. But on that theme, I have the Quentin Nelson from Optic, and then I have 2 of his select Concourse Silvers. There are no premier level or field level Quentin Nelsons in select from this year, so the Concourse is really all you got. And these are really his only refractor or silver prism / holo cards. So not much to choose from. Next, following the soccer theme that I covered in another video, just picking up more soccer cards for resale. Here is a Lionel Messi refractor from this year's Topps Chrome. Here is a Ronaldo. Here is a Ronaldo from this year's Sapphire, second year Sapphire, so not as significant as the first, but still a nice set. Then a Refractor Messi out of Finest. Refractor Messi's out of Topps Merlin Chrome, which I think is probably the least desirable of all the chromed soccer sets put up by Topps this year, so didn't really go hard into this set. And a Panini Father's Day Rainbow Spokes numbered to 99, I think there, yeah. 99 of Cristiano Ronaldo. Pretty cool card. And then a few vintage cards. So this one I posted on my Twitter. Some of you might have already seen it. It is an immaculately centered 1981 Topps Super Action Magic Johnson. So second year Topps card of one of the top 5 players who's ever played in NBA history. Not as desired as the base, but still a really sweet card. You can see the centering on this thing is just absolutely incredible, which is a really tough thing to find for the set. And it has minimal to no snowing on the card, so that's another really big rarity. I snagged it for about $50. The corners are sharp. That one looks like it has damage, but it really doesn't. I think the main issue is really just this edge. It seems to have like a little ding in it. You can see right up here. I think it's probably still going to grade about a 7 to 8, so we'll see, but stunning card. Then, for cheap, I actually nabbed this near mint to mint copy of 1967 Topps Twin Terrors. Has Harmon Killebrew, so it will fit nicely into my set. Really, the only reason I went for it is because it did not cost much, and it has a Hall of Famer, so it fits into the PSA set registry. And the last card here, working on my 1960 Topps set. It's just hard to find these things in near mint condition and at a good price. But finally, I was able to nab a Bill Mazeroski, the man himself, who won the World Series that year with his famous walk-off home run. So you can see really nice near mint example. Really, the only cheap card I'm missing now from the set is the Sparky Anderson. I just cannot find a nice copy of that card. If anyone out there has a near mint copy or has a graded near mint copy, I'd like to pick up a 7 or 8 of the card. So please let me know in the comments, and hopefully we can come to a deal. And the last raw card is this beauty. This is a 2010 Bowman Sterling dual game-worn patch gold refractor of Ichiro and Albert Pujols. I mean, look at this thing. It only cost me about 40 bucks, so, you know, see right there, numbered to 50. Absolutely stunning card. See, even the corners are in great shape. It is in really nice shape for what it is. And, you know, for 50 bucks, I mean, talk about bang for your buck. You get a gold refractor of Pujols and Ichiro, two first ballot Hall of Famers who are always going to be linked with each other because they entered the league in 2001 together and were co-rookie of the, I mean, they were the rookie of the years in their respective leagues. And you get a double game-worn patch. Now, I know that doesn't carry as much, you know, weight in baseball because they play 162 games, so getting game-worn material is a lot easier than in the other sports, but, I mean, still, what a awesome card. So next, going into graded cards, I have been picking up quite a few. Most of them have been following my kind of Hall of Fame rookies in a 10 set. So here is the 2018 Topps Update Juan Soto in a Gem 10. I really hated to spend like $100 in this thing, or whatever it was, 120, because there's 18,500 of them. But I finally bit the bullet and said, screw it, it's time to get one, because I had the Tatis, I had the Acuna. I guess now I should pick up the Vlad too, but it was just a big glaring omission in my collection. So finally picked up the Soto, who's just having another incredible year this year. Then have an interesting one here, 1993 Topps Jeff Kent. This is his first Topps card, even though it's a rookie cup. He did not have one before it. Most of his rookies are in 92 update sets, but there was no Kent in the 92 Topps traded, so this is his first Topps card. What's interesting, you know, I didn't actually really plan on picking this up. I don't think he's going to make the Hall of Fame. You know, for whatever reason, he just doesn't get a ton of love. It may be steroid suspicions, although it's not particularly clear if anyone really thinks he did steroids because he was pretty vocally against them. Some people think that he just, you know, kind of got off, you know, his statistical output, which is incredible for a second baseman, was really just off the coattail of his, you know, coattails of Bonds. So maybe that's why he's not in. Maybe he'll make it in on, you know, the Veterans Committee or something like that someday. The real reason why I picked this up is because it's a Pop 27. And, you know, given the PSA price hikes, I really doubt that we're going to see a lot more of this kind of card getting graded. So I had to snag it when I saw the opportunity to, because I don't suspect that Pop 27 is going to grow much in the future. Okay, then I've got a 91 Topps traded Ivan Rodriguez. You can see there's this weird stuff on the center of his face, but that's actually not on the card. That's on the case. It's on the interior of the case. So you can see if you move the card around, it moves on his face. So not on the actual card itself. It is a 10. Just again, working on my 91 Topps set. Not exactly a great looking design if you ask me, but you know, got to get it for the set, right? So following that, got the Bagwell. Just again, nice card. I mean, look at that curl. Then worked hard on the 89 set, which is probably the best of all of them. This is from 89 traded. I already have the Vizquel, which I showed off in another video. Here is the Randy Johnson. Probably his less desirable rookie of the two. There's a lot more of these graded because he's on the Mariners in it, which was a team he was more closely linked with because he won his first Cy Young there, but he did have a card in the flagship top set from that year, so the traded does go for less. Then a huge pickup for my PC, which has been a long time coming, the 1989 Topps traded Ken Griffey Jr. Just a stunning card. Then from flagship Topps, the base Randy Johnson. If you notice, by the way, these are all 10s. I've only been picking up 10s. John Smoltz. Craig Biggio. '88 traded Robbie Alomar. I do have the Glavine, but it was sent to South Florida, where I'm originally from, so I do not have it in hand, but I did purchase it. And from '87, I've got the Larkin. This one is immaculately centered. I do have the McGriff from this set as well. I have yet to pick up the Maddux, so that is one that's, coming up. Then, diverting from this kind of sub-focus of my collection, I've got a few more cards here that fit into kind of other areas. So this fits into my Cardinals PC. This is the 1975 Topps Bob Forst rookie card. Not a really big name in the hobby by any means, but a big name to Cardinals fans. He was on the team for 15 years, on 163 games in a Cardinals uniform. I mean, he is a household name in St. Louis. And beloved in the city. I mean, he has passed away. He did pass away in, I believe, 2011, but still absolutely adored. Of course, I would have liked to pick up a 10, but there are only 4 10s, and this is from 1975, which is a very condition-sensitive set. So a 10 is really just not going to happen. So I did go for the 9, which is still a stunning card. Pretty OC on the back, and I just had something fall behind me. But pretty OC on the back, but nonetheless, gorgeous copy. Pretty darn well centered. Then a 1969 Luis Aparicio. A lot of these cards I'm actually probably going to get reholdered someday if the cost for that ever goes down, because I don't really like the old holders very much. Some of them have, scratches on them. I mean, I don't like how this label is wavy, so would like to get this put in a lighthouse holder if I can, but mint 9 card of a Hall of Famer from the 60s. I mean, talk about bang for your buck, right? He's not a huge name by any means, but certainly, fits well into my vintage sets. I'm just enjoy vintage cards in general, and yeah, fantastic. Then, following the same theme, from the 68 set, a Jim Bunning. So, just 2 mint 9 cards of Hall of Famers from the 60s. Again, these things are really cheap for what they are, so I just snagged them when I could. Really nicely centered copies. And the last card is a huge PC pickup. My first Ina Slaughter card, and this is his 1952 Bowman in a near mint to mint 8. It is pretty OC for an 8. Definitely the top is a good deal bigger than the bottom. But at the same time, I mean, look at the color, the clarity, the beauty of the image. It's extremely sharp. I mean, just an absolutely beautiful card. And I would love to pair it with the red Shandings and Stan Musials from the same set. Those are the other 2 Cardinals Hall of Famers that were on the team in the time. Sadly enough, the Musial is going to cost me, an arm and a leg, because that thing is thousands and thousands of dollars if I want to get it in a high grade. The Shandings, on the other hand, is actually a pretty feasible pickup, and I'll probably do that before long. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd love to hear, your opinions on things. I know this was kind of a disjointed group of pickups for a video, but I guess that's what a mail day is, right? Have fun collecting whatever you want in the hobby. Thanks for tuning in. Talk to you later.